I
Hello, everybody. We are live and welcome. This is Saves vs. Death. We are a tabletop actual play and podcast. Today, we are featuring a game for our surprise stream called Tales from the Loop. This is a tale about the future that never was, or the 80s that never was.
But could have been.
That could have been. Joined with me today is the lovely Jess.
Hello.
You can catch her on her stream at Jessiper, twitch.tv/Jessiper, right?
No, just Purse Tales, but yeah.
Jessiper's Tales. Excuse me.
Let's go.
And also Games.
Oh, hi.
You can catch him on Twitch, twitch.tv/GamesEnd. E is a 3, I believe.
Yeah. 3 and D, yeah.
One day we'll have like fancy little icons that say these things. Maybe
full exploding cinematics.
Games End. Only on
No, my
Twitch.
logo's a cat. I would like a cat to bound across the screen with a book.
With a ball.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
We can work this out.
Hops into a book.
Yeah.
It closes. Yeah, that's what I would like.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's fair. And
it's like,
one day,
this is the
future
80s,
plans.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we were just talking about how like the 80s were the best ever, especially like their hacking.
Yes.
So like we can have our virus animations like they had in what was that?
Hackers?
Hackers.
Yeah.
How they have like each of them have their own little icons for the viruses.
Yeah. I like it.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Sold.
Okay. Well, we're going to play Tales from the Loop today. I'll pass it to the games to do some quick announcements.
Yeah, hey, I was just going to mention that we just did the last giveaway. We gave away a copy of Cyberpunk Red. I don't know if they went with the physical or the digital.
He has not gotten back to me yet. Patient Zero doesn't often check his
yeah, we'll get it worked
Discord,
out, though.
but...
They know they won. Our goal was to hit 100 followers. We came up a little bit short, but it was such a good push. We are going to give away the book anyway, and then they can play Cyberpunk Red themselves. We've got other giveaways that are going to be coming up, so look out for those. But congratulations, Patient Zero, on your win.
Woohoo!
Thanks, buddy. And thanks, everybody, for helping us out. That's a pretty awesome milestone.
Right?
Not quite there yet, but we're like right at the corner.
I know.
2 more.
No.
2 more.
Anyway, Jess, do you want to talk about how they can help us?
Yeah, if you guys want to support us and give us some funds so that we can get those awesome animations, you can link if you have Amazon Prime account, you can link your Prime account to your Twitch account, and that gives you a free subscription every month. Just don't forget to resubscribe each month. Or if you'd like, you can head over to our Patreon, which has tons of awesome goodies like the character sheets, our character creation, generation things. There's some unique episodes that aren't released anywhere else. And then there's awesome fun merch like stickers and hoodies and stuff. So yeah.
In fact, this very episode will be released on Patreon first before it rolls out to YouTube.
Get first release.
Exactly.
So there you go. Early releases. Moxie's news reports are on there too. So when she writes articles to take things down. So yeah. Check it out.
And I think the last one shot is still exclusive to Patreon. It might have moved.
It still is exclusive to Patreon, though. It becomes not as exclusive here soon.
Yeah.
Also,
early access stuff. So
yes. Sorry, on the top of our screen here, we are doing a fundraiser event for Extra Life. This is a charity that helps Children's Network hospitals in the local community, so at my local community. But it's still a really good cause. We have a humble goal of $100. Let's see if we can make that. They're doing a tabletop appreciation weekend August 19th to the 21st. We will be streaming that day where Games will host a one-shot. So this is cool. Come join us.
When you said your local community, I was going to make a joke about the town that all the Hughes movies are set in, but I could not for the life of me remember what it is. I love that we're in the 80s right now, and it's making me very happy.
Yes.
Cool. So with that, we're gonna get right into this. I don't know if we have enough time for a one shot. We're kind of limited on time today. But I don't know that we'll finish it. If we don't finish it, we'll probably do a pickup session sometime
in the near future.
Yeah. No different.
This will become main campaign.
Stay tuned. Join us on Discord and find out.
That's happened before.
Okay, so today we're playing Tales from the Loop. This is an alternate history of the 80s that never was. A discovery called the magnetrine effect has altered everyday's life. People using natural magnetism. Scientists have found a way to harness this energy and use it in propelling large freighter-like flying ships, auto-balancing robots, and more. Today we'll be taking on the role of kids, with a capital K, aged from 10 to 15, solving mysteries with a capital M, going on around their hometown. Our story takes place in a town called Boulder City, Nevada, where a large particle accelerator was constructed nearby. Most of the residents of Boulder City don't even realize that half of the city is within the loop around the particle accelerator, either too ignorant or too self-absorbed to care. But not our kids. Our kids have the drive to solve those mysteries. Tales from the Loop is an Emmy award-winning RPG created by Simon Stalenhag, and published by Free League Publishing. It's a wonderful RPG that I've been wanting to run for a very long time. I
was gonna say I think it won like 3 Ennies the year it came out with 5 Ennies in 2017.
5.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it won best game, best setting, best interior art, best writing, and product of the year.
Yeah, and the art was just optioned for a Netflix series.
They made a right.
Yeah,
I'm very excited to see that, and this system is just so cool. Yeah,
sorry,
it's okay. It's guided by 6 principles, if you will. Those are: your hometown is full of strange and fantastic things. Everyday life is dull and unforgiving. Adults are out of reach and out of touch. The land of the loop is dangerous, but the kids will not die. The game is played scene by scene, and the world is described collaboratively. So, we will be doing no death saves in this system.
I was gonna say, I like that we go from a system where we could die at any moment to one where it's like, you cannot kill us.
I know. I really think that this helps highlight me as not being a horrible person, a GM. I'm really not that mean.
As your normal, like, this is the dark future.
I know.
This is the bright and neon 80s.
I will say that this game, though it is about kids, it's not for kids. There's some definitely adult themes within the context of the book as you read it, and goes into each kid will need to and I'll describe this all later. Each kid will need to have their own trouble, and those tend to be
like every good 80s film.
Yeah, exactly.
The kids were all latchkey doing whatever the heck they wanted, and they all have like tragic their parents an alcoholic that works in the mine, and
exactly. And that's what we'll be making today. I will take a moment to describe the system here. In this game, we play with D6. Usually it's good to have a bunch of, like, a group of 10 of them. And we add together a number of dice equal to the attribute plus the relevant skill, and then in addition to any bonuses that might apply either from situational stuff or items that the kids will acquire during their game, or could acquire. Success is any die that lands on a 6, so only 6s count, and everything generally requires most everything. Requires one success unless I say otherwise. Characters may, if appropriate, help each other out on certain things. They must describe how they help, and if it's feasible, it will grant the player attempting one bonus die for that task. Extra successes can be used to buy effects, which are like little bonuses in the form of questions to the GM or extra dice or something else of that nature. Extra dice on like another task.
We can also push rolls, can't we?
That is what I was getting into next. Pushing the roll. When you fail a roll, you may choose to immediately retry the task by mentally or physically pushing yourself to the limit of your abilities. It can only be done once, and it must be done immediately after the failed roll. And you describe what you do to push yourself. You may also push a successful roll, to buy more effects, if you wanted to ask more questions or something like that. When you push a roll, you must first check a condition. A condition is kind of like Tales from the Loop's form of damage. It's pretty abstract. There's 4 different conditions, which I don't have quickly to reference, but maybe one of you could pull it up if you have a moment.
Upset, scared, exhausted, injured, broken.
There you go.
Thank you.
Broken is what you check when all 4 of the other conditions are checked. And basically means you fail at everything.
It's the closest you get to dying.
For pushing, if the check in question came with a threat of inflicting a condition upon failure, you may have to check 2 condition if you pushed and still failed the reroll. So you can only push once per roll, and you reroll all dice except any 6s that you've gained. So there's also another mechanic called luck, but I'll get more into that later. Do you two have any questions about anything I talked about?
I learn as I go, so I will ask you during the session.
I will say, you haven't mentioned robots once, and I'm disappointed.
I did mention robots.
Did you? I remember magnets, but I didn't hear robots.
I said light freighters and automatic balancing robots. So, cool. Moving on. I guess we're going to get into character creation. We'll do it right here.
Sweet.
First, our players are going to pick a type. This is kind of an archetype for kids they want to play. We've got the bookworm, the computer geek, the hick, the jock, the popular kid, a rocker, a troublemaker, or a weirdo. So go ahead and pick your types, my friends. I'm gonna see if I can't do this. Why not working?
You know, I've got it down between the troublemaker and the weirdo, and I'm thinking I'm going to lean more into the troublemaker. Though the picture in the book for the troublemaker, they look like they are a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I know.
They really do. Yeah. Like, scary. Scary. I was thinking rocker or jock. But I am very much not a jock person, and I think it would be fun to play that for a limited amount of time.
What do you think now?
That's what I think now.
That's how Cyberpunk started.
Look, it's fine until Blank asks me car questions that I have no idea how to answer.
All right, so you're going with jock then, and I'm doing troublemaker?
Yeah.
Sorry, Jess.
No, it's all good. I get to say Moxie knows this, Jess doesn't.
Blank, are you going to be rolling an NPC with us, or?
Yeah, because we only have like 2. If you guys have 2, I just feel like that's not a really incredibly well-balanced team. So I'll probably do something to complement you guys.
I realize this is 90s, but what about the movie with Macaulay Culkin and what's her name?
Oh, are you talking about
He gets stung by a bee?
Oh my god, why can't My Girl?
Total kids movie. Yeah, My Girl.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
true.
2 people can work.
We could do 2. If you guys want to do 2, I'm good with
No,
2.
I can use all the help I
Mission
can.
0 said my girl.
I will probably
Okay,
fail
then-
every single roll, so yeah, someone who could.
For some reason, my browser source got destroyed for.
Oh no, I have muted it. 30 seconds. Yes.
Yes, we're good.
Nope, you're still muted. Everybody else is live. I love all of you. Hey, I'll just relate everything you say completely honestly
I
to
say
the
it?
audience.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, as you say it.
I'm sure you
As
are.
I say it. Oh, wait, now they can hear you. Crap.
Foiled again. Okay.
Rats.
Okay, I think we're good. All right, well, I think we're back. All right, sorry about the delays. Fuck's sake. Love technology.
I told chat that there was only a small fire, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good at least.
Yeah.
Small fire is better than no fire.
No fire at all.
So they say.
Because it's the fire we made along the way.
It's. Let's see if there's. Now let's see if I can get the Roll20 thing to work.
This is where it died last time.
I was gonna say, it'll be fine.
We never saw Roll20 again after that day.
And we never saw it again. I don't know why I said that like that.
I love that framing device, by the way,
Which framing
in that
device?
movie. The Richard Dreyfuss nonsense,
Oh, yeah.
which is completely unnecessary.
Well, that's a no. It didn't work. It still didn't work. How odd. Oh, wait. There we go. Hey!
Look, it's a map.
It's a map!
Oh my god.
Things
it's
work!
back.
Technical difficulties tries again. To be fair, we actually haven't had a large streaming problem for quite some time.
Say that.
Oh, I shouldn't. Well, it's already done.
I have to run the next stream.
Why would you?
Don't know. Hopefully people are out there. Hello if you are. And if you're not, it's okay
Is
too.
there anybody out there?
Okay, so we have you've picked a type. You
Yeah.
What's on my drive? What drives me?
What? Yeah.
No.
What's next?
hold on. Let me go to the next thing. The next thing I'm sorry, I don't know what your types are. Right? What are your types?
I'm a troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
Yeah, but
James.
what's your type?
Oh yeah, and jock. Never mind.
I like blondes.
Yeah, what's your sign?
Long legs.
Baby.
It's not true. None of that is true. Actually, it's brunettes and about my height. So.
I guess for this one, I'll do computer geek because just to pay some homage to the computer gods.
Also, I don't know if you all can see
So
this,
blank.
and I doubt it for some reason. Yeah, no, you can't. The picture of the computer nerd in the game book, he's got like his keyboard in his hand, like the Deckers always do from like every other role playing game.
He's carrying
And
a
I'm like-
Commodore 64, obviously, but yeah, he's got to put that onto a screen. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't get it. But anyway, so moving on to age is the next step in the character creation process. Ages can be from 10 to 15 and will determine the number of attributes you start with and the number of luck points you have.
Yeah.
Older you
So-
get, the less luck you have, but the more attributes you have.
Well, better lucky than good. That's what
Yeah,
I always
seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, so 10 for everybody.
say. I'm gonna split the difference and do 12.
I'm
Honestly.
gonna be 11.
Okay.
We'll go that young.
I'll do my dude at I'll do 12 as well.
Nice.
I was gonna say, be the
You're the
older kid that
BB
needs to
around
wrangle the other two.
No, I'm not taking that role as the GM.
You're 15 and we're like just running amok.
Yep.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Life imitates art.
So what does our age do?
I know, I do
Sorry?
enough of that in real life. It will determine the number of attributes you have and the number of luck points you have. I'll get into that. Moving on to the attributes is the next step. You receive a number of attributes equal to your age. No attribute can be higher than 5, and no attribute can be less than 4. I think I've made a character here, but this was just a test character. So
Less than 4.
Less than
That's
1, I'm sorry.
Oh, it was like,
I was real confused there for a minute.
So 5 is the only number
you only
you
have
can
5. But
You were
15 is
great
as old as you can be, and
everything.
there's 4 stats, so good luck with it.
Yeah, let me remove all this stuff on here.
oops, did I do something? I feel like I did something by accident.
I made a character last night just so I could understand the system a little better. Okay, so what should this... You guys are probably going to have high body and stuff, so I'm going to do tech. This guy will be the tech guy. And the mind guy.
I'm doing heart.
Or I guess I'll do 4 tech,
Ooh.
5 mind.
Yeah, you're a computer nerd. Your tech has to be high.
2 that.
I guess it
That's
doesn't
11.
inherently have to be.
So I have 1 body. So this guy sucks at body. But he's
I
a
did-
computer nerd, so it makes sense.
4 body.
Look, you could be a
1
buff
tech.
computer nerd, don't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a such thing as a programmer.
Yeah. Programmers are real.
Okay.
Speaking of, I'm loving that shirt.
Thanks. This is my programmer shirt for sure.
Perfect.
Um,
To be fair, my tech is crap, so we probably do need someone with tech.
I've got a 1 tech, so
Same. Yeah.
I went with 4 body, 1 tech, 4 heart, and 3 mind.
okay.
Ooh.
What did you go with, Jess? Did you say yours already?
5 body, 1 tech, 3 heart, and 2 mind.
All right, so moving on to luck. You receive a number of luck points equal to 15 minus your age. So 3 points for games and me. And,
You get 4
you type
points.
the stat here.
I do get 4.
Check them. And you get 4. Luck is a stat that I wanted to talk about. It replenishes at the beginning of every session, and you can spend them in order to give yourself a chance to reroll all failed dice on a roll. Spend luck, reroll all failed dice
Without having to push.
without having to push. You can
Oh,
push
nice.
and use luck if you'd like. But yeah. Skills. So we have your body stat here, which is your ability to run, jump, fight, sneak, climb. There are 3 skills under body: sneak, force, move. 3 skills under tech, which is your ability to understand machines and technical things. There's tinker, program, calculate. There's heart, which is the ability to make friends, lie, know the right people, and persuade. Those skills are contact, charm, calculate. And then mind, which is find weak points, understand people and situations, solve riddles. Those skills are investigate, comprehend, and empathize. You will receive a number of skill points, a number equal to 10.
So 10 skill points
10
to
skill
distribute?
points.
Yes, I just realized I said it weird.
I'm going to put all of them in something I'm inherently terrible at.
Woo!
Yes.
I'm not going to do that.
Skills can go from anywhere up to 3. For your key skills, determined by your oh my goodness, your type.
So I
your-
should probably look at that.
So your key skills can go to 3. Your any other skill can only go to 1.
Where are my key skills?
So
It's
they're described
right under
in
your
your type.
description. it'll say key skills. Like mine say force, sneak, and lead.
Yep.
Where are you? Oh, there we go.
In your category.
I was like, where?
So, for instance, my key skills for my computer geek are calculate, program, and comprehend. Yours would be force, move, contact, Jess.
Contact. Yep.
And then your troublemaker.
Yeah, force, sneak, and
Sneak.
yeah. I took nothing in lead though.
Oh, lead is actually quite good.
Yeah, we do
Lead
need
us.
a leader.
Yeah, you need to be the leader.
In all the trouble, please. Thanks. Bye.
All right, I'll put 1 into it.
I guess this guy would be.
I have a lot of points to distribute anyway, so.
He's not a tinker, so I'll just do 1 there. Calculate this thing. Program.
Yeah, not only is Twitch just bad in general, but Twitch on the app is much worse. So
man, this is rough. Only 10 skill points, eh?
yeah, I know. I always hate the not having enough skills, and this I'm like, put 1 into everything. Well, not even everything.
Did anybody put points into mind skills?
Yeah,
you definitely should.
Nerd is. Oh, skills?
Yeah.
I did investigate. 1 into investigate.
I also have 1 into investigate.
Because I've seen movies of the era. Somebody should probably take comprehend though.
No, empathize. Too bad.
I have 1 point in comprehend.
And we don't need any points in empathize, so we're good.
Okay.
If we run into the alien from ET, I'm just gonna punch him in his stupid head.
That's a very troublemaker thing for you to do.
It's weird looking.
Okay, so if we're done with skills, we'll move on to the next part.
Yep.
Sure.
That is your item. Items. Most things are in the game are just objects. They're just props for you to use. They give you the ability to do something, but some items can give you a bonus ranging anywhere between 1 to 3, depending on their use. Items typically disappear at the end of a mystery. They either break, die, or otherwise become useless. Unless you take them as an iconic item, in which case you keep them and replace your current iconic item. Your iconic item is something that is iconically yours. It will always give you a +2 bonus dice in a situation where it's relevant. And yeah, you will all choose one. You can choose from the list. In the book, they give you some examples of them. Otherwise, yeah.
So
can
one
make
of
them
my
up if you'd like.
Is a lighter and cigarettes, and I like that for the troublemaker archetype, in the 80s and everything. But I feel like it's a little problematic in this day and age to have a kid smoking. Like you've watched Stand By Me. Sure. At the beginning when Chris is smoking, I'm like, oh, but they can't have that actor smoke. Stop that.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of this system is it's not today.
I know. All right, then I will go with the lighter and cigarettes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy's iconic item is not a giant wrench. That was what it was. I guess I'm just going to do a Commodore 64. Just like the picture.
You know what that reminds me of, though?
What?
Do you remember that terrible electric typewriter that you and I used to write all of our early stuff on?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that reminds me of. That thing was terrible. And we'd tote it around with us places.
Dude, I loved that thing. And yeah, it was a giant hulking mass of metal.
Had almost no memory on it, so we had to put a floppy disk into it to save files.
Yep. I'm gonna change this. It says toy lightsaber. I think that's cool. I'm gonna actually go for a laser gun,
Okay.
but not a toy. I guess I should put it.
Yeah, obviously. Well, I don't know.
I was like, wait,
In
how
this
come
world,
you
it's
get a
possible.
weapon? I want a laser weapon.
No,
I can have a knife.
You can have a knife
No,
or a
I have a
gun.
baseball bat, yo.
You do have a weapon. What are you talking about?
I'm the only one that didn't go
Yeah,
with the
mine
weapon.
doesn't shoot lasers. Just saying.
Oh,
Yours isn't an energy weapon.
Yeah.
mine is a toy laser gun.
I could have
I
gone with a
feel like-
skateboard.
I want her baseball bat though to be like covered in stickers or something
Okay,
that makes it.
I like that.
Are they like the Anne Frank?
Yes. Oh my god, it's
Not
Lisa
Anne
Frank.
Frank. Lisa Frank, yeah.
It's a Lisa Frank baseball bat, which is so appropriate because my character's name is Lisa. So
Nice.
yes, it's a Lisa Frank baseball
It's
bat.
got like those cartoony puppies and
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Those were the best Trapper Keepers, by the way.
They
Okay.
were.
So
Can I digress for half a second?
yeah.
I almost bought a Trapper Keeper when I went school supply shopping with my son.
Mm-hmm.
They're like $35.
They are not.
What?
Yeah. That's how much they wanted at Target for it. And I was like, I'm not.
That
As
must
much
be
as
like
I
a
want
back
this
to
one,
school
but-
thing. I got mine for like 10.
Wait
So
like
fancy.
a month or two after school starts and they'll be like $2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'll be on clearance.
You know what? That's when I get all my notebooks for my writing is like when the after school goes
They're
into clearance.
overstock. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Judging by how much time we've taken, this is definitely going to be a 2-shot. So, moving on to the next thing is the problem. All kids have some problem. You can keep it to yourself or have told to the other kids. It is part of everyday life. Going back to the principles of the game means that it is dull and unforgiving. Pick a problem that you want to explore during the mystery, and I'm going to try my best to incorporate your problems. For at least you two.
Oh.
All of these are too real.
Yeah,
I was
they're
gonna
pretty
be
real.
like, my brother refuses to go out of his room since the accident. That's really cool, but that feels like it needs way more backstory and time to explore. So let's pick something else.
So
I'm going to go with
My-
he doesn't know I even exist.
yeah, I was gonna say my options are my parents think I'm good for nothing. My mother/father drink a lot. And we're short on money. All of these, like,
That's
so 80s.
yeah.
I feel like short on money is also very echo of Cyberpunk.
I'm the great great grandfather of Wraith.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with my parent drinks because it's
I
a
don't even know
classic.
if my teacher hates me.
Wow. You're a jock and your teacher hates you?
She does. Or he does. One of them.
Somebody hates somebody.
Okay. Have you guys decided?
Yes.
Cool. Moving on to drive. This is the reason why you expose yourself to danger and difficult situations to solve mysteries with your friends. Whatever happens in the mysteries, the kids will want to figure it out, and this will help you determine why you are going to try. So choose a drive. There's a few in the book that you can choose from, or you can pick your own.
I'm gonna choose it's the right thing to do.
This guy's going to be very timid, apparently. Peer pressure makes me do it.
I'm gonna peer pressure you by telling you it's the right thing to do.
I'm gonna pick my friends, and what we do is the only thing that's not broken in my life.
Okay.
Ow!
Jesus.
Whew.
My heart!
Right here. Right
Yep.
Yeah.
One shot character, that's okay. Right in the feels.
here.
I put it in the wrong area. God, I'm an idiot. Okay, so moving on to The next thing, which is your pride. Every kid has a pride, something that makes them feel strong, important, and valuable. This may be known or it could be a secret. Once per mystery, you get to check your pride and gain 1 automatic success on a roll. You can do this even after a failed roll or a successful one. You have to explain how the pride helps you in that situation, but you'll get the success if it makes sense.
I'm going to go with I stood up to the teacher. I feel like the teacher was being borderline abusive towards a fellow student, and I stood up to try to defend them.
Okay. I'm going to say when shit hits the fan, I don't back down.
My dad's a firefighter, guys.
That's your pride?
That's her pride, yeah.
My dad owns a dealership.
My dad's a firefighter. Look, he's very brave.
He is very
Nice.
brave.
Oh.
The next thing is we're going to define relationships to the other kids in the group. So yeah, each of you should know each other somehow, and we'll just find how you know each other and what that means.
Okay, who do you want to start with?
Oh, why don't we start with you, Jess, since you're at the top?
Cool.
Okay, fine, games. Well,
nope.
no, I switched. It's too late.
Are you sure?
Yes, go.
Okay. I'm gonna go with I'll do anything for you for this person with your character blank. And I think that's because you and I kind of grew up in the same, the same circles, like our parents knew each other or something.
Okay.
And so like I feel a strong camaraderie with you.
Okay.
I
was gonna do
sorry.
we're best friends, and that doesn't
that's perfect.
That it can be one-sided.
Right. With Jess's character, I'm gonna pick. She knows what I'm actually going through at home.
Okay. Oh, that's good. All right. Actually, okay, I have a better idea. Jess, I'm gonna go. We're best friends with you.
Okay.
And that can be one-sided.
Okay.
And then with you games, I'm gonna do. We are different, but we're still friends.
Okay. And I am convinced that like I'll die for you, brother. And
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, no, we're cool.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is what is your character's name, Jess?
Lisa.
Lisa. And then with our games, what's your character's game?
Ray.
Ray.
They have a sweet nickname also, I'm just saying.
And then what did you want to do back towards us, Jess?
Well, I'm looking at the options, and one of my options is annoying little sister brother.
Okay.
Which doesn't count, I don't think.
Because you're younger than both of us.
I'm younger than both of you.
But you can still feel that way about us.
That you're like the annoying little brother. Possible. I do like he knows everything for Blank's character. That she feels like he knows everything.
Okay.
And then I don't know, my other options in the stat block is I wonder if we can count on him. And I don't like that for I feel like that's not how she would feel for a character that's like they know everything. I mean, it could.
Honestly, it could make a lot of sense. Like because of that shit that you know, you kind of like doubt that he can do it.
Yeah, I don't want to cause doubt. I feel like he's gone through a lot.
It's okay to doubt me.
It's okay.
I doubt me.
If you can't do that, I mean, obviously don't do it. But
Right.
I think it does make sense.
We will. All right. Wonder if I can count on him. Yeah, and you'll just have to say that. You'll just have to prove that. Yeah, you can. That's it. That's how it'll go. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's the growth of the character.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, so
Blank, what's your character's name?
Oh, Peter.
All right, just say yours
1982.
one more time.
Which Star Wars
Lisa.
is out?
The first Star Wars came out in 78,
Return of
79.
the Jedi.
So the second one would have just came out.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I can't remember when. I think
What
Was
year
it-
are we having this take place?
82.
82. All right. So episode 5.
Mhm.
The Empire Strikes Back came out in 80.
Okay.
So the whole original trilogy then would be out.
Okay. I'm changing my iconic thing back to computer.
All right, what's next?
83 is when Return of the Jedi comes out.
Oh.
So I'm.
So it's coming out. There's
You
trailers.
are on the outline of no. That's where you're at in the
Gotcha.
series.
Okay.
And
So
the
there
siblings
are
freaking
two
out.
NPC relationships we need to establish. You can make up your own, though I'll have a much harder time integrating into the mystery, so I suggest choosing from this list of NPCs that will be in the mystery, hopefully, potentially. I have 3, so you'll choose 2 of them to have some sort of relationship with you or your family, just some way to put them together. We have, the first one is called Christopher Boyd. He is an avid bird lover who was on NBC with a nature program until he was bitten by a swan, and it changed him forever. Now terrified by the birds he once loved, he lives alone mostly in a shack.
As a swan.
That's a swan.
Okay.
There's Stacy.
I'm just confirming, as a swan.
Not as a swan. What? Stacy Johnson. She's a 15-year-old girl who moved from Las Vegas and now has fled to Boulder City to live with her uncle, Donald Dixon.
Okay.
And then there's Donald Dixon, who is a biologist who specialized in animal neurology. He's worked many years in the loop and fell in love with a woman who he quit his job to go be with. So choose 2 of those to have connect relationships with.
All right. And her name was Stacy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you read Christopher's thing again?
Yeah, he's an avid bird lover who was on NBC with a nature program until he was bitten by a swan, and that changed him forever. Now terrified by the birds he once loved, he lives alone.
He gained
I
swan-like powers.
I so did not hear bitten by a swan. I heard like turned into a swan, and I don't know how that's what I heard.
It's because that's what happens when you're bit by something. You turn into it.
Yes, where swan?
Yes. Oh my god. I feel like this has to be one of the NPCs that the characters connect to, for sure.
Okay, I was gonna do that one, but I'm gonna take the Dixons.
I mean, there's
first.
only 3, so you're gonna
there's
have to
3.
overlap.
We could double up, yeah.
Right. Yeah, but how am I
Just work
related
together
the
to
Swan
figure
guy?
out how it goes.
I don't know. I don't know how Lisa knows Swan Guy, but she totally knows Swan Guy.
So let's establish that.
I could easily do the Dixons as a team.
You could say that the swan guy,
We could just call him Christopher.
Christopher.
Call him Christopher.
It's true.
Swan Guy.
Christopher maybe had his house burnt down or something, and your dad saved him and kind of watches out for him now or something.
That sounds like something my dad would do.
Yeah.
My dad's awesome.
What is Stacy's uncle's name?
Stacy's uncle's name is Donald Dixon. He's a
Donald,
biologist who specializes in animal neurology. He's worked many years in the loop, and he has fell in love with a woman who he's run away to be with.
He left. He's gone.
Apparently.
What's Stacy's story?
She is a 15-year-old girl who's moved here from Las Vegas. Well, she fled here from Las Vegas to Boulder City to live with her uncle, Donald Dixon.
Okay, and Donald's gone, but she's still living in town, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Just to confirm.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to fill these out for the NPC because I don't think.
You can just make them up on the spot.
Yeah.
If you need them.
Sure.
Here.
I'll just follow whatever you guys do. I'll take whatever you guys do.
So what are you thinking, James, for your...
I'll open somebody who is...
All right, so I will tell you what I have at the moment, and then I'll modify it if I need to. So Stacy caught me stealing food from the grocery store and did not narc on me.
Ooh,
nice.
I like
And
that.
Donald was my favorite teacher in school, the only one who was ever nice to me. And now he's gone. He just left.
Okay.
So my feelings of abandonment.
That's this game. You're getting into it.
Perfect.
If those work for you guys, I can modify them to.
I think
No,
those are great.
that's great. You want to come up with my character's relationship to Stacy? Because yours was amazing.
Okay, so she fled from something. You're a jock.
Yeah. Softball, baseball. That's why she's got the
Softball?
bat. That's why she's got the bat.
That would
Her
make
sport
sense.
of choice.
Wait, or...
Yeah.
Oh. Here, I thought she was a
assumed
real
you
lacrosse
played soccer.
player. Yeah.
No. Her sport.
Feelings of abandonment, the game. Kinda. Although we'll get into something positive here in a moment. You just need to finish this last thing. Stacy from Vegas. Let's see.
Yeah.
How do you have a connection to her? Maybe. Well, I don't know how.
We're both in Nevada. Maybe you guys like last year had to play off against each other because she was also a sportsman. But whatever happened in Vegas that she won't talk about, she came here and has abandoned sports entirely.
Oh, that's good.
And you're like, if I could get her on the team, we would be the best. But
we would be the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if any of that means.
Yeah.
I like it. That's great. Okay, cool. I'll let you finish typing that out. And then move on to the next thing. Yeah, we have an hour left. No, 2 hours left.
Yeah.
We're not getting into this game completely, but I'm excited.
It's gonna be a
fun.
2-shot.
It'll be a
fine.
2-shot.
What's next?
Let's just replace Cyberpunk with it. I'm just kidding.
I have a feeling Hades might have trouble.
I would have trouble with it. Do you know how much I've prepared?
No, I would be very open to it.
Oh, you son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. So the next part is the anchor. All kids have an anchor. This is a person that they can go to for support, comfort, and care. It can be a friend, parent, teacher, or neighbor. It cannot be another kid. If you suffer one or more conditions, basically the damage, you can spend a scene with your anchor and heal all of your conditions. The GM is not allowed to put you in trouble during the scene. If you put yourself in trouble, however, you don't heal any conditions. There's a lot of safeties against the GM. It's like they know I'm evil.
They know you. Honestly, I would have said it's Donald, but he has left. So
Right. Got to choose a different one.
yeah.
I think for Lisa, it's going to be like the coach's assistant on the team. Not the coach, but the assistant coach.
There we go.
That's a good one. I like that. I think I'm going to go with Greg, who is a local mechanic. He owns a mechanic shop. And it's because I don't really have a positive adult role model, and he's kind of treated me like people.
Okay. Greg the what?
He owns a repair shop. He's a mechanic, local mechanic.
Okay.
And he's like my stand-in parent.
Okay. It works for me.
You know what? No, that was good. I like that. I'm gonna like piggyback off your thing. You're so good at this. So good at this. There's like some dessert food thing in the mall, and there's like a lady that works there, and that's who Lisa goes and sees.
What is the most 80s mall dessert? Is it like the Dippin' Dots, the space ice cream? That's about that era, right? Like,
I was thinking diner, and I'm like, no, those weren't like not in the 80s. It would have to be something in the mall.
It could still be like an ice cream, not like the traditional 50s parlor, but like more like the cone, the dipped cones.
Yeah, it would have to be like an ice cream shop. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah.
So ice cream vendor?
It can't be Froyo, man. That's
it can't be
90s.
Froyo. Yeah.
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 Ice cream.
She's the lady who owns the ice cream shop at the
mall.
At the mall.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's just somebody who likes you, takes care of you.
Yeah, ever since Lisa's mom ran off.
Ooh.
And takes care of her.
I'm not trying to be judgy here.
What?
But during the season, should you really be eating ice cream?
Listen.
Dairy's hard on you.
I run that track.
Shots fired. Okay, so now it's time to name your kid, give a description, and also select your favorite song.
What year did you say this is?
1982. Yeah.
Ooh,
so let's look at the top 5, top 10, 1982.
Because
I like that we skip over description and everything and hop to the song.
I know what my description is going to be.
Oh, heat of the moment, Asia, because I just watched that episode of Supernatural. Done.
Nice. That's great. I like what you're doing there. This came out in 89. I wanted to go with Disintegration by The Cure, that album. But
I feel like 8675309 by Tommy Two-Tone. It's a good one.
I'm good with
God, 1982 was a great year.
Yes.
Sweet Dreams by Air Supply.
I got mine.
What is it?
Dancing with Myself, off the album Dancing with Myself, Billy Idol.
Perfect.
1981.
That's great.
Love it.
Peter's is gonna be Evangelist Chariots of Fire. I don't think I'm gonna choose an anchor for him. I guess his mom. He's a big mom's boy. Description.
I need to get Kiefer Sutherland out of my head when I'm thinking of my description.
Yeah, I'm not going to write the description. We'll discover that in character.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, the next part is one of the coolest parts. Yes,
I know, I'm so excited.
You're so excited.
So excited.
This is the best part of the whole game.
It really is. We have the hideout. It's where the kids have a place to get together that they can be alone and be safe. We work together to figure out where the hideout is, what it is, and everything about it. It's going to be safe from NPCs finding it unless your the kids show it to them, and it will be safe from trouble while you're there, unless you put yourself into trouble there. While you're in the hideout, you can heal your conditions, as you would with an anchor, provided that 2 or more kids are present and that they are physically or mentally or emotionally close to each other. In other words, they are hugging, they're telling each other secrets or stories, they're comforting each other, etc. If kids put themselves into trouble with each other, they will not heal any conditions while in this scene. So, hideout is like a recoup mechanic you can do. You can do that,
and we get to collaboratively decide what our hideout is.
Yes. So, Boulder City, Nevada.
I have an idea. I'm trying to decide how to make it work.
Okay.
Go for it. What is it?
Yeah. No, I'm not there yet. I'm not.
No, tell us your idea. We'll help you find out how to make it work.
Well, okay, so we're in Boulder City, Nevada. So obviously we don't have trees. It can't be a tree house. Right? I'm thinking a cave just outside of town that we hang out at.
Cave just outside of town?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've like wired it with power somehow.
Yes.
And so it's got those terrible Christmas
Peter
lights.
totally made a generator.
Yeah, there we go. I made a generator and programmed it.
You know what? Chances are, like, Lisa stole a small like home generator from somebody with Ray and got Peter to make it work.
And Peter just made it work. That sounds great.
Yeah, we didn't tell him how we got it. We're just like, just make it work. Don't worry about it.
I don't want to know. So, yeah, that sounds great. It's rigged up with, like, we have like did we like board up the entrance or like somewhere deep in the cave so we have like our own special?
Is it like a dangerous old mine that has the like keep out blah 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 blah?
Yes,
and we're like ignoring it.
Yes,
that's
100%.
what it is. Yeah.
Can we have something super Rube Goldberg-y like they always have in those movies, like Goonies or something, where we have like a zip line or something, you know,
to get into?
Like, yeah, sure, or out of. It doesn't do anything, but it's neat and kidsy.
Okay. Of course, yeah.
I feel like that initial when you go into the mine and then there's like a slight slope down that you could walk, but we've attached a zip line because it's just so much more fun.
Yes.
You feel like this high above the ground, like
yeah. Like it does really. It's probably faster to walk, but we zip line.
Yes, and we put marbles on the slope, so you actually have to take the zip line, otherwise you'll slide down the slope.
At least that's how we think.
As
of
a deterrent,
like practically, like
practically, it's just like, oh gosh, what happened? This was obviously Peter's idea, and you guys were just like, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm loving this.
Okay, cool. Yes. That sounds great. So when we get down, it opens up into like a cavern where we have all of our stuff set up. Peter probably has his computer down there. It's illuminated with like Christmas lights around. We have the generator running. What about your space, Jess?
I think Lisa's space, she's definitely got like a sleeping bag. I feel like if her dad is out in the evenings, like working, she sleeps here instead of being at home alone.
Oh, okay.
So she's got like a sleeping bag. She's got else would she have? Because a lot of her stuff is outdoors. I think she's maybe got like a small pile of like books. She doesn't read that great, so she's trying to.
Are
Get
they like
better.
Boxcar Kid books?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Just realized the marble thing's not going to work. How are we going to get it out of the mine?
I was wondering how you planned on having marbles on a slope without them rolling down, but I wasn't going to question it. I was like, let him have his marbles.
They're kept in by the gravel and dirt there, and only when you apply pressure would they slip.
Well, that's because there's a ramped area to the side, off to the side, that you would have to walk around. But that's how we get out, and it takes much longer to get out.
We know the footpaths to get out, the exact spots on where to step.
Oh, I like that better.
We have it memorized.
We actually have a memorized footpath to get out.
And
you have to like hop
a map.
and jump around. Yes.
It looks like it's like a minefield.
Yes. Okay, what about your space games?
I think that I have very little there, like a bedroll, and like I have a box that I flipped over, and I like play cards there frequently. I like to hang out and I don't know how to actually play cards, so I more or less just make it up every time I'm playing.
Go Fish is like the maximum level of cards that you know how to play.
I want Lisa to have baseball playing cards. There's like wrappers of
the old baseball cards?
Yeah.
With the terrible gum.
Yes. She's got like a binder and there's wrappers just all over the place.
Perfect.
My character's dream for the hideout, because last year Donkey Kong arcade cabinets were invented. I want to figure out a plan to steal a Donkey Kong arcade cabinet and put it in our base.
We want our own arcade game. Yeah, no, Lisa's down for this.
Okay, cool.
It's my big plot.
That is fantastic. I love it. Let us move on to the last section, which is questions for you guys from me to you. Your character's name's Lisa, right?
Yeah.
So I have some questions for you two individually, and then some for the group. So I obviously know what your parents do for work, Jess.
Mm-hmm.
At least one of them.
It's funny. What do you think about sports? No, I'm just kidding.
That is one of the default
Baseball
questions.
is the best sport. The rest of them just suck.
Do you have any siblings? And what do you think about them?
I think she does. I think she has an older brother, who's in high school now, and they used to be really close, but he doesn't talk to her anymore. He's too cool to hang around with his kid sister. Sure. And so that stings really hard, but she tries not to let it show.
Okay.
But like every baseball game, like she's like scanning the crowds just in hopes he'll show up.
Oh man. That's
feelings of abandonment the game.
That's fucking amazing. How about you, James?
Man, I was really gonna steal the John Cusack's character from Stand By Me. Like, I have an older brother who died in a car accident, but I would modify it, of course. I imagine my character would have had an older sibling, because the bad boy, the troublemaker, always has an older sibling that's, you know, kind of a dick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. Maybe I have a older sister who's away at college, and she says she's at college, but she's actually in New York, and she's part of the whole CBGB punk rock scene, and so she's like a terrible influence on me when she's home.
Okay.
But like the family thinks she's away at college at Juilliard.
Okay. So what do your parents do for work?
That's a great question. My father is a traveling salesman. He sells life insurance and is never home. Like, never even in state. Because he's in charge of the entire Western Division. And my mother is a stay-at-home parent who drinks excessively. And let me check and see if this is a thing yet. She is into MLMs, like Mary Kay specifically. So that's like how she.
What is an MLM?
Multi-level marketing.
Okay.
That's how she contributes to the household. Honestly, it's dad's money that pays for everything. But she like sells Mary Kay or Pampered Chef, which has not a thing yet, but Mary Kay is. But she sells that kind of stuff. And has like parties to justify it, but it's really just her drinking wine with her friends.
Okay, that sounds great. We know your dad's a firefighter, so I'm not going to ask you the same question. How are you affected by your pride?
By my pride.
Your pride is your father, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, that he is a firefighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you forgot.
Yeah.
Yes.
She says it constantly.
You know my dad, the firefighter.
Yeah, you know my dad's a firefighter. What do you mean? How is she affected by it?
Well, I guess more broadly, like, why is him being a firefighter so important to you?
I think it's because her mom left and her brother's been, detached. But her dad does this really awesome thing, and he's really brave, and he's, this pillar. Like, I don't know, he's in her brain. He's this pillar of a community. He is the best firefighter that Boulder has. Probably not true, but in her mind, it is. Where he's always going off and helping others, and because it's the right thing to do, which is what has been instilled within her. So he's like this superhero in short because of his job.
Cool.
But it's also something very easily that she can fall back on, I think. When people are like, "Oh, your dad leaves you at home," she's like, "Well, he's a firefighter."
Cool.
He's helping people. Maybe not. Maybe he's getting drunk at a bar, but her dad's a firefighter, yo.
That's cool. Is that what your character would want to do when she grows up then?
I don't that's a really great question. I don't think so. I think her dad's favorite sport is baseball, which is why she got into baseball. And so she wants to be like this all-star player, because that way he'll be really proud of her and show up to all her games, and yeah.
He'll have value in his heart.
Exactly.
Those are fucking good.
That's where her value will come from for her dad.
Okay.
It's fine. She's fine. She's not broken at all. She's good.
Yeah. We're both just gonna be crying the entire time.
I mean, to be fair, she's 11. I don't think she realizes this is how deep-seated it is, but right now she's just gonna
counseling.
She's gonna make her dad proud. She's gonna become a famous baseball player.
Okay, for Peter, I think that he has a single mom. Don't really know where the dad went. He has a little brother who he hates. And that's about as deep as I'll get with him. But just so you guys know. So questions to the group. We've established that Games is the leader.
Yep.
Who dislikes you guys?
Sorry, I'm thinking about it. I'm not trying to like.
Part of me is like, mostly because I want to hang out in an arcade. Is like this group of older kids at the arcade.
Like high schoolers.
Yeah, because we keep swarming this one game, and it's not because the game is any good, but it's like probably like in the back corner where they could actually like.
Do we have a classic rivalry with somebody where like one of us, probably Peter, keeps getting the high score on the Pong machine,
Yeah.
and it really makes this high schooler mad, and so like we've had beef, like we've called each other names in the arcade, and so us and the cool high schoolers.
I think
we've all been thrown out of the arcade more than once.
I think Donkey Kong is around.
Yeah, Donkey Kong released in 81.
So yeah, why don't we make it like a Donkey Kong? That's just the game with it. We're all the best at. I don't want it to be just Peter. How about all three of us are in the top 3, and it's this other group that.
Nice.
That sucks.
And it's like popular kid high schoolers.
Okay.
They all drive like terrible BMWs and. Yeah.
Okay, so
we've got our bikes.
Get the high score. Wait, when did that one burger game came out? You know what time?
Burger Time, not until 87, I want to say.
It's 82.
Shifted to.
Is it?
Yeah, August 25th, 1982. So
you're right. I didn't realize there was a deco. Anyway.
Okay.
The company that made the cabinets.
Yeah,
it could be Burger Time. I'm in.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Burger Time, high score, and some high school bullies us because they want to be better.
Okay, so I know that we're going for a more serious tone, obviously, by everything we've done. But I see it kind of as the Better Off Dead, the street racers.
Okay.
Like that cartoonish of a rivalry that we have.
I agree. Okay, so...
Yes, you've seen Better Off Dead, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to cry, Jess.
What?
For those
she
of you
hasn't
who
seen
haven't seen
Tank Girl.
I have not seen Tank Girl. Better Off Dead. Nope.
What? Okay, so... Well, let's figure
Not that I'm opposed to seeing these movies. I just haven't seen them.
Are you talking about...
to everyone I've just disappointed.
For Better Off Dead, are you talking about the news people? The bikers?
No, not the kid who wants his $2.
There's a few of them.
Right.
Like
but the kids that they have to street race, and the Asian kid that announces they're on the starting line. So every time these two cars meet each other at a stop sign, they have to street race, but it's like the most cartoonish, over the top nonsense.
Yeah, because the way he learned English was watching announcers.
Yeah,
and so that's how he says his words. Okay, so
it's terrible, Jess, but I do want you to watch it.
I was trying to think of a Little Rascals rivalry, and I can't picture one.
I want to say they had a rival gang
didn't they?
That they didn't get along with. Did Sandlot have a rivalry?
A soapbox car race? Anyway, we're getting way off topic.
Way off topic.
But yeah, a fun rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't not rumble with these kids if it comes up, but for the most part, it is.
When did everybody get to know each other, and why are we together?
Well, Ray and Lisa have known each other for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
how? So the three of us all went to school together, I would assume.
Yeah.
Boulder City only has one elementary school.
I don't know, there's a map here.
I assume most places in Nevada, other than Reno and
There's Boulder
Maybe
City High
Mesquite.
School. Elementary school, yeah. So it's Mitchell Elementary School. So yeah, it's a small town.
Okay, so I that's obviously where we all
Oh.
met, and the reason that we became closer was like you and I have a lot of trauma in common.
I'd
I
be a
don't
grade
know.
younger than you guys.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have no clue how we became friends with Pete.
Oh, we totally got in detention once at the same day for different things.
Okay.
You and I.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
That's how we met.
Ray and Lisa met
In school.
in detention.
The teacher that didn't like me threw me in detention for no reason.
And we bonded over our trauma. Maybe
Yes.
that's my pride moment also. I stood up for you against the teacher. Is my
Yeah.
pride is standing up to a teacher.
I stood up to the teacher. For Lisa. Okay.
You know, in Toy Story, when Buzz Lightyear's broken, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Do you see the hat? I'm Mrs. Nesbit." Mrs. Nesbit is this teacher who's horribly mean.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay. Cool.
How do we know Pete?
I
though?
think Peter just
How do we know? Pete?
started following you guys around.
You mistook us for cool kids, even though we were most definitely not.
We were outcasts
And-
in our own right, and so he just tried. He just like, yeah.
Well, he kind of like has this. He thinks Lisa's his best friend, so,
Oh, yeah.
so he's just really attached to Lisa because it's the only person who would respond to things that he would say, and so
Do you like ride the same bus home from school or something?
yeah,
Yeah.
So you became like bus buddies, and you're like, that means we're definitely best friends.
yeah.
I feel like Lisa's actually pretty friendly and outgoing to people too.
Okay, and Peter just started following you around,
Okay. Yeah.
but I mean, you obviously haven't been too upset by that.
And we've probably known each other a couple of years, right? Like
Oh yeah.
since third-ish grade.
Who's third?
I don't know.
13.
That makes more sense.
Wait, yeah. What year of school would we be in? 7th grade?
You guys be in 7th, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. I think that's quite enough questions for the group. So I'm going to spend some time trying to plot out some things. Maybe take a 5-minute break here, get water, refreshments, that kind of thing, and then we will pick up the game when we come back. So
We'll be
Cool.
right back.
after these, dang it,
Yeah, no.
we
I
will.
always tried to do the Chuck Woolery 2 and 2 thing.
There we go. Okay, so we'll be right back, guys. See you in a minute. And we are back. Hello, thank you everybody for rejoining us today for our Tales from the Loop game. We just went through character creation. If you missed it, I definitely recommend going back and checking it out. Very fun. This is a cool little system. Excited to run it. So, with that, let's get started. Oh, well, actually, one real quick. We're doing a fundraiser for Extra Life charity. On the top, we have a humble goal of $100. Please go donate if you can. Okay,
Goes
so
to, Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
all right, so we're starting our tale off in the summer of 1982 in a city called Boulder City, Nevada. It's summer vacation, but most people don't go out in the heat of Boulder City in the dead of summer. The average high reaches over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 38 Celsius, and can spike much higher. That's how it works in the desert. It sees less than 6 inches of rain all year. It is a dry heat, but once you can fry an egg on the sidewalk, it doesn't matter if the heat is wet or dry. 1982, people don't have air conditioning in their homes and just have to tough it out in the heat with electric fans or swimming pools. Some escape to the comfort of shopping malls or supermarkets for the air conditioning. In the evenings, after dusk, folks emerge from their homes and drink in the cooler air for a bit of relief. Until then, though, it's far better to stay inside and just play games or something. Boulder City is a sleepy little town in the middle of the Mojave Desert in southern Nevada, just on the outskirts of Hoover Dam, originally known as the Boulder Dam. Though the population in 1982 hardly breaks 10,000, the city is spread out, making it the largest in area of all Nevada. It was intended to be a model city for the area, but once the dam was finished, most of the businesses and people moved off to Las Vegas or parts unknown. It is one of the few cities in Nevada where gambling is prohibited inside the city, making it feel a lot like normal cities, though there is gambling on the outskirts. The city is kind of built on the side of a sloping hill that leads down toward Lake Mead in the distance. That's the artificial lake created by the dam. The wealthiest people are on the top, followed by the middle class, and the poorest people are down at the bottom of the slope. There are lots of homes at the top. They're spacious and friendly, but as you move down, they become smaller and a little more rough. We're going to start with introing our kids. If you guys have a scene, they should be something that in mind that you want to do. They should be pertaining to something in everyday life, which means it's dull, mundane. Nothing fantastical. So,
are you wanting individual scenes or like group scenes?
We'll do one scene for you each individually, and then we'll move on to get to together. So, do you have a scene in mind that you'd like to do, or I can make something up?
I have an idea, but
sure, yeah. Start.
We start with a pan over a room that the light is coming in through terrible blinds, and you see my character sleeping mostly off the bed, like children can get away with and adults cannot. And my eyes blink open, and I look at the radio alarm clock that I've got on my desk, and realize that I'm late to meet my friends. So I throw myself off the bed onto the floor, and throw on some shorts and a t-shirt quickly, and then open the door quietly to see if I can hear my mom out in the house.
Okay. So you're gonna meet Peter and Lisa at the arcade. Okay. Sounds good. From the kitchen you can hear sounds of your mom kind of moving around, cooking something, and you hear, Ray, are you up?
Yeah,
Ray!
Ma, I'm up. It's 10 a.m. Why wouldn't I be up already? Of course I'm up.
Ray, have you seen the tequila? I can't find the fucking tequila.
Yeah, Ma, it's under the sink.
You hear her rifling down, getting low.
When she gets low, I'm gonna make a run for the door as stealthy as possible.
Okay.
Try to make it out the door into my bike.
You're walking through, or trying to skip through. This probably is. What kind of home do you have? Is it a trailer home? Is it a
1950s track homes that it's a old farmhouse, very boxy, like a 2-bed. When you walk in, there's a tiny little living room that has an adjoining like a bar and then the kitchen. But you can turn right and there's a bathroom like right in front of you, and then the 2 bedrooms split off in either direction. And when my sibling was here, we actually had bunk beds, so I still have a bunk bed,
Nice.
even though they're gone. And so I have to cross that little hallway, and then right in front of where she could see me in the kitchen. That's why when I heard her open the drawer, that's when I made my break for it. There's technically a back door past the kitchen. There's a laundry room. And if you go through that laundry room, there's a back door, but that would be far too risky.
Okay. So why don't you're trying to sneak past?
Yeah.
Why don't we do a sneak test? There's not going to be any condition penalty if you fail this, but
right. Sneak plus body.
Yep. I believe move actually, or is it body?
Well, move and sneak are separate. Do you want me to do a move to get out quickly or a sneak
No,
to
it's sneak plus body. Sorry.
Okay.
You're yeah, I'm thinking move is a attribute because it is in Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. I got 2 6s.
2 6s, that's enough. Would you like anything bonus for the extra success? Like you can look at examples if you look at sneak on page 72 of the book.
Thank you, 72.
Bonus would be like find something expected or more of what you were looking for. We weren't really looking for anything, so.
You know what I was kind of thinking though? So the reason that I'm running out the door is because I'm pretty sure she doesn't have any tequila left, that she drank it all the night before. But instead she actually, like, behind empty bottles and things, finds a bottle that has a little bit left in it. So that is distracting her only slightly longer so that I can get out the door. And for once in my life, the screen door doesn't slam closed like it always does. It's one of those terrible metal ones. She has a box fan set up in the doorway that I have to like hop over, but because of that, it doesn't slam the screen door.
Okay, so you manage to hop over the fan and get out all smooth style while she says, "Oh, thank fuck!" Takes that bottle, pulls it to her lips, swigs it back, but it's not long lasting. After you make it out into the kind of concrete steps leading down to the old, worn, unmaintained path out into the main street, you can see that there's in the front of the barn there's like this really makeshift canopy set up where your mom would come out and drink in the summer afternoons, and you know there's 2 lawn chairs and a table in the center for cigarettes, and your sister sitting there with a bottle of tequila in her hand taking a swig and puts it back down. You hear after you jump over the fan and make it out to the front step, Ray!
I'm gonna run towards, because I assume my bike's on the side near where my sister's at.
Yeah, it's probably like laying on the ground next to the empty seat. Your sister watches you, says
to pick it up. I'm gonna go, "Hey Sarah, mom's looking for you."
She says, "Where are you going?"
I have important studying to do at the library.
She looks a little drunk as well, and she says, "Important stuff to study?"
Burger time. We're working on a new high score. There's a technique we found that if you do joystick up, up, down, and then launch, it's gonna work out better.
She says, "Whatever, brat." She pulls up a backpack, pulls it over her shoulder from the ground, and then collects like an old duffel bag and picks it up as well. "Well, I'm going back to school."
Do you have to go? It's been easier here with you here.
She says, "Yeah, gotta go." Ray! Ray!
I gotta go.
"Hey, I got this one for you, little bro."
Thanks.
She goes back inside.
Yeah.
"Sarah, what the fuck are you doing? Where's Ray?"
I ride off into
Right off into the sunset.
As the camera pans away.
Okay. Camera pans away, moving to a more probably middle-class house. But I'll let you go ahead and take the reins on describing it, Jess. What does your house look like? And where is it located in Boulder City? Like what tier?
It would be middle class. It used to be really nice, but with mom, God, and dad always working, it's definitely more run down now. The lawn isn't as maintained as it probably should be. Not that with the heat it really matters, but there's definitely like patches of weeds and it's cracked earth and it's just not well kept. But it is a single story house. There's a long driveway along the side. And inside on a like linoleum floor at one of those like square metal tables they used to have, you see Lisa sitting there doing her homework, looking at like one of those circular clocks, like trying not to rush but rush at the same time through her homework, and her brother is on the phone keeping an eye on her because she's not allowed to leave the house until her homework is done.
Okay. So, your brother's sitting there. Is your dad home?
No, because of the dry weather, there's been a high risk of fires, so he's
at the station.
He's at the station.
Understood.
And like there's like she can't see her brother. He comes into view every now and again, but the long phone cord is stretched through a couple rooms.
And him like pacing in front of the door for
pretty much like every now and then he just pokes it to make sure I'm still there because there's a back door out the kitchen. And the bike is on the side of the house on the driveway.
Okay. So you got all right.
Yeah.
So you
she's like,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, she's trying. She's just like always like has an eye on that cable, but he somehow figured out a way that she knows like the distance, so he's pinched it so she can't tell anymore.
Okay, so time is ticking on, and you still haven't quite finished your homework. Your brother paces from one room to the other, flicks a look in your direction, and huffs through his nose like he's just utterly annoyed that he has to watch you. He'd rather be out with his girlfriend. And he says, "Yeah, babe, just hurry the fuck up, Lisa." And walks into the next room.
Right. She's like attempting to do like her English homework, and spelling is just not going.
Is it English?
It is English.
Okay,
yeah.
So go ahead and make a comprehend test for me.
Oh, this should be great. Nope. I got to roll 2 dice, guys. Mm-mm.
No successes?
It was a 3 and a 2. Nope.
Would you like to push yourself or spend luck?
Nope.
Understood. So it takes you a while.
She's supposed to be at the arcade in 10 minutes, and it takes her like 15 minutes to bike down there. She's not
making it.
It's
in
bad.
time.
It'll just be bad. It's fine. Her teacher hates her anyway.
You are trying to fill out the this homework, but you're reading so fast that nothing is comprehending. So when you get to the point where you're answering the question, you're like, "What wolf?"
Yeah.
And have to go
back. She
back.
makes it up. She like uses stuff from like Little Red Riding Hood, and that's what she writes in, just so that there's something.
That sounds good. And then
but the little girl got killed by a hunter. Done.
I mean, you're carried, even in the making it up, you're getting carried away and you lose track of time. And eventually your brother comes back into the room and he takes your homework from you and he says, "You're done now." And he folds it up and hangs up his phone, throws it in your backpack or something, and says, "Be home by 4, Lisa."
Okay. Hey, are you going to see your girlfriend, or is she coming here?
He continues to walk out the door and just closes it behind you.
I guess I'm not getting a ride. Okay. Shit. She like grabs she grabs her bat, which is by the back door. Grabs her keys, locks everything. I figured the rest of anything important is in like the actual basket in front of her bike, which does have the tassels hanging off the side.
Okay.
It's an old bike, but she's never like she should get a new one, but she just won't. And then she starts heading off to the arcade.
Okay. So you guys head out in the arcade before the sun gets too hot to really be riding around in the middle of the day. You both arrive late around the same time. Getting to the arcade. What does the arcade look like?
Are we thinking it's in the mall, or are we thinking that it's its own standalone arcade?
I was thinking it's its own standalone.
I kind of was as well.
In the mall.
No, I think alone standalone is good. Next mall adjacent though, like in a strip mall that was built next to the mall.
It was like an old gas station that's been converted to an arcade.
Okay.
It's like on the edge of where the mall property is.
Okay.
Love it.
All right, cool. It's a small little nook in the, well, not nook, but a small building in the middle of this large pavement lot, which just cooks
so
alive.
Hot.
But the thing about it is it has air conditioning. So it is one of the only places of refuge in Boulder City, at least that you guys have found, that you enjoy. When you walk into the arcade, the attendant looks at you and he says, it's this kind of young, kind of overweight guy with scraggly red hair, and like in a few years he'll have a 5 o'clock shadow, but right now it's just like random patches of red hair. And he says, Peter's been asking about you guys non-stop. He won't shut up.
I had stuff to do. How are you doing today?
I'm all right.
It's a nice shirt.
Put $1 on the counter.
Okay.
Can I get tokens?
Yeah. He says, yeah, you can get some tokens. He takes the $1 and he exchanges it out. From outside, doorway, you hear the cawing of kind of like a formation of birds come across, as well as the sound of one of those nicer cars pulling up right in front behind it. Your enemies, what are we calling these guys? The sharks? Is like what I had in my head.
I have my nickname as Sharky, so
okay, Sharky of the Sharks. The gang is called the Sharks. They're led by Shark, or that's what you guys call them.
Okay.
As I think Lisa would, if he hasn't gotten his tokens, she, seeing that, would rush to the arcade.
Back of the arcade with Peter?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that they can't take it first.
I'm gonna grab my tokens off the counter quickly.
Okay.
And run up and put one on the frame of the machine.
Well, Peter's there.
I know, but
okay. Well, I'm explaining it. Yeah, that's fine. Peter's been there.
We have the next 20 games.
Yeah. Peter's been there. He is drinking a Diet Pepsi, and Peter is, and this is the time we should describe ourselves. Peter is a 13-year-old boy who has these round Coke bottle glasses that are so thick that his eyes just fill the entire frame. and a small wire frame. He has like sandy blonde hair, which he keeps in a symmetrical part on the center of his head, and it's kind of, long down to his eyes. He looks, doesn't have great posture. He wears this button-up shirt and overalls, holding up his pants, which are high-watered jeans, and a pair of like red Converse sneakers.
Okay. I have a very loose fitting like camo khaki like shorts that I'm wearing that are obviously just cut-offs of adult sized camo pants.
Yeah.
And
strapped to your waist with rope.
Yeah, like tied several times around. Yeah. And I've got like a gray, like super basic Kmart t-shirt on.
Okay.
And I've written something clever on it, but it's not like legible at all. Like I thought it was clever when I wrote it on there because I was being rebellious, but it has bled because it's been washed so many times. And I got in so much trouble for writing on the shirt that it's illegible now. It just looks like black marks in the shape of letters. And I'm wearing black Converse All-Stars.
Cool.
Nice. Lisa, who's 11, she's got light brown hair. She's got bangs that come like perfectly cut just above her eyebrows. Her hair is in a side ponytail and curly with a bright orange scrunchie, like the big poofy kind from the 80s. Yes. She's wearing a green and blue, kind of dark, not too bright, but a green and blue tie-dyed shirt that hangs off one shoulder. She's got, and it's fairly long, it goes to like her mid-thigh, and she's got black tights that have like various like stars and swirls and neon like random bits on it. And then she's wearing orange Converse sneakers that match her scrunchie. And of course, her Lisa Frank.
Nice. I like that we have an array of colors here. This is great. Okay, cool. So when you two arrive at the machine, he's already in this intense game of Burger Time, is like trying to catch some patty falling on top of a tomato or something. And he says, "You guys are late."
Mom is on one.
Tommy wouldn't let me leave until I finished my homework.
Well, why
are you doing homework, nerd?
Yeah.
Because Tommy wouldn't let me leave until I finished it.
Yeah, but it's summer break.
Yeah.
I know. But look, you guys know Mrs. Nesbitt doesn't like me. So she gave me like this extra work for summer.
And you haven't finished it? I could always just do it for you.
Peter, do you want to? Yeah, that would be great.
Of course.
Thanks.
I'm waiting until the day before school starts.
Fuck!
And I'll do my summer work.
He says, as his distractedness, exactly. And died. He says, and after he dies, it's game over. And the the top scores roll, and on top of you, you see Sharky written. I was trying to tell you guys, Sharky beat us.
Not for long.
Did you try the new thing that we thought of? What was it, right?
So if you go up the vine and then up the other vine, then you should be able to launch the burger patty, and that should easily hit the burger and the bacon.
Well, why don't you try it? Because I've tried it 1,000 times and it's just not working.
All right, move over.
At that point, from behind you in the arcade, you just hear this slow clap. And this rather rich-looking Kai in a nice patterned button-up shirt, slacks that are expensive, wearing a nice pair of Nike kicks, and has his hairstyle swooped up and back, straight black, looking super suave, really attractive for a 15-year-old boy. And he says, "Can't beat it, can you?"
Go play Frogger like a baby. I've got next.
He waits there, and you're up next. So why don't we make a test for you to see if you can beat this?
All right.
Woo! Let's go, Ray.
I'll do calculate, program. I could accept tinker or comprehend as well.
Well, I can do none of those, but my mind is better than my tech.
Or sell me on a different skill.
I don't think I can, because my best bet here is to go with investigate, and that would be, by trying out new strategies that haven't been tried before to try to exploit things that we have theories about.
Okay, so with investigate, I think I'll accept it, but I'm going to make it a difficult roll. So 2 successes.
Okay.
So roll.
You got this.
I will take it.
Oh my god, this music is amazing. I'm so happy with this right now.
Good, I'm glad.
1 6 and 2 1s, but I'm gonna push it. Is he still watching?
You're gonna push it?
Yeah,
he's been watching this whole time.
Okay.
How are you gonna push it?
I see that my strategy is not working mid-game, and so I am going to try to throw everything out the window and come up with a brand new strategy just on the fly.
Okay. So go ahead and push it. Which condition are you taking? Upset, probably.
Upset, yeah.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha! 2 6s.
Oh, nice. All right. So you're in the middle of playing the game. Even with the air conditioning, because of the stress that you're going through right now while trying to come up with this new strategy on the fly, beads of sweat start dripping from your forehead, and you're just intensely focused on this game, so much so that the world around you disappears, and it's just you and burger time. And
Yes.
you become so in sync with the movement of the character and your newfound strategy that you take the high score, and not only do you beat his high score, but you beat it well enough that he would need another score of that caliber to beat his score. So you completely thrash him, and as he's watching, Lisa and Peter would notice that his casual smirk slowly dissolves from a smile to disbelief to horror to anger, extreme anger. And after you beat the score and the numbers come up on the screen, he takes the soda, throws it at the machine. It splatters all over the new machine, sending sparks flying from the circuit board. And then
I'm gonna swing.
You're gonna punch him?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to try to knock the cup out of the air, but yeah.
No, that's okay. You can help with him, and you'll get him 1 extra dice for this punch. Oh, you want to knock the cup before it hits the...
Yeah.
Before I hit the machine, yeah, no, that's cool.
Okay, so no, do a move.
A move?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I punch?
You do force plus body, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it hits.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
You're too slow. You try to swipe it out of the air. The soda cup hits, splatters all over the screen, and then slowly, to all of 3 of your horrors, the soda drips down, and Peter's
Into
like
the board.
quickly not thinking. He like tries to scoop it up with his hands, but unfortunately just goes around.
I would like to
dripping down into the
know,
circuit board below.
because you mentioned sweat, that Lisa wears like black of the sweatbands around her
Nice.
wrist. Yeah, on
Okay.
both wrists.
Okay.
The
Part
moment
of the
he
fur
like
tire, yeah.
let go of the cup while she's like trying to knock it out of the air, I'm gonna sucker punch him in the face
Okay.
as hard as I
Woo!
can,
Go ahead.
and then take off running.
And
I got 1-6.
1-6.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you hit him, you'd never expected the punch to actually connect, but you feel that full front of actually punching somebody for the first time in your life, and you're just like in shock for a moment, and so is he, and like, you know, his head jerks to one side, but there's this moment where you're just staring at him in horror. He's surprised he's been punched, and then his head snaps back like Terminator, and that's when you're like, fuck! And you just
My eyes
book
go
it,
wide, and I'm running for the door.
you book it out into the door. What are you doing, Jess? Lisa?
Does it look like Shark is going to give chase?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I would like to trip him with my bat.
Okay, go ahead, and you'll get the +2 for using
Possibly.
your iconic weapon.
Hit him in the ankle. So you said force, right?
Yep.
Okay. All my days. I don't know. I have the worst luck, guys.
No, I believe in you.
But I'm gonna try. I got 1-6.
1-6?
Yep.
Okay. That's enough. You come forward after Sharky as he's making his way off to Ray, and just sweep him right in the ankle. And like a baseball, it flies out behind his legs, toppling him straight forward onto himself and tumbling onto the ground. What would you like to do after that?
Dart like down behind like one row machines and then forward and then out.
Okay, so you duck.
Yeah,
Peter,
so she's gonna like
just-
trip and then whoop whoop and
Peter-
zigzag out.
Peter's not a fighter, and he doesn't really like understand what's going on too well, and it takes him like a second to like jump to action, but he like jumps over Sharky and starts running toward after you guys. I will need moves. I will give you all a +1 because of the trip that Jess did. She created an advantage for everybody.
Okay. Move plus body. Okay.
I don't know what
Move
his is.
plus body.
Yep.
Ooh.
I forgot to add my attributes. That was super helpful. I'm used to it being auto together, and it's not.
It is not.
It is
No,
not.
it's cool. It's fine.
Okay, this is not good for Peter.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Oh, Peter got a success.
I got no success.
Really? No success? Actually, I'm sorry. You've already rolled this. You don't need to roll.
Okay.
4 successes.
4 successes?
Yeah.
All right. So, the Lisa and Peter scramble through the arcade, making it out into the burning hot heat of Nevada. What?
On my way out the door, I want to say, Kevin, Sharky threw soda at the machine and it's broken. To the attendant as I'm running past.
Okay, that seems too fast for him to understand as you're
Yeah.
trying to run out. He's like, what?
I feel like he's like sharking through soda, and then Lisa runs by. At the machine, it's his fault. Continues the sentence.
Okay, very nice. And you guys run out into the street, you know, pick up your bikes as quickly as you can, start, you know, doing that one-legged hop as you're trying to push
Right,
the bike
pushing
into
them.
action, and then jump on and go. Where are the three of you going? I just want
Our
to remind
hideout.
you, it's the middle of the day. The heat, the sun is beating down on you already, and you can feel it.
Do you guys want to go to the hideout or do you want to head to Lake Mead?
Just out of like, I don't know, out of here. And she like starts pedaling, and like they can talk as they're riding.
You guys are all pumping down the street, and
is there a side road we could take? Because he has a car, so not on the road would be better.
Would be good.
You're in the big lot of the mall right now, so you can definitely like go between the cars and make dodges. As you get like one of you looks behind you to see Sharky like yelling at the arcade attendant, and the attendant just looks confused. What did we name him? Greg?
I called him Kevin.
Okay, Kevin. Kevin just looks utterly confused about what's going on, and Sharky is just yelling, and he's getting into his car to give you chase, but you guys have managed to get like completely evade him through the parking lot, and you're pumping your way on. As you're driving around the contour of the mall, from one of the, like, there's kind of like these little garden patches with, you know, real plants and trees, and you're driving riding your bikes along one, where you hear these birds from the trees cooing, pigeons. Some are looking at the ground and picking up, you know, little bits of scraps of whatever was there. And you hear French fry, French fry, French fry, French fry. Good.
Do I feel like we've lost Sharky?
Yeah, at this
I think
point,
we've lost Sharky, yeah.
I'm gonna like...
You're like completely around to the other side of the mall, where you could either go to your hideout or to the lake.
Where you like jump off your bike and ditch it to where it just falls on the ground.
Okay.
They don't put out the kickstand or anything.
Okay. Peter, by contrast, like, you know, carefully pulls his bike out, slows it to a stop, and then gets off, and he says,
takes his helmet off.
Side slide to stop hers.
Yeah, takes his
Doesn't actually get off the bike, has like one foot on the ground, still half on the bike.
Okay. Cool. He says, "What the hell, Ray?
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
This bird, it's talking. Bird, say French fry again.
French fry.
Thank you.
That's so weird.
Maybe they're like related to parrots?
A pigeon?
I don't know.
From
I'm not
above,
a birdologist.
From the above, you guys can hear another pigeon cooing. Kids. So stupid.
I'm gonna look for a rock to throw at that bird.
Yeah, at least he's getting off the bike now, but she will put out her kickstand.
Okay. Peter's just gonna watch them. See if he can come.
Watch
something.
the bikes.
No,
I assume he's watching the birds. Astutely. Whereas I'm like, you stupid bird, you're the dumb one.
You're throwing the rock at the one at the...
That's higher up. Yeah.
Is the French fry one on the ground?
Yes.
I like
Lisa
French
would
fry
like
bird.
to try to catch that one.
Okay. Roll a move plus your body, I believe.
Oh.
And you're gonna throw, so go ahead and roll your force plus body.
Okay. Cinematically, I know that I have to roll because it's a role-playing game. I don't actually want to hit it. I just want to throw it in the neighborhood of it.
Okay.
But I will still roll it anyway.
Okay. If you don't want to hit it, there's no point in rolling. So.
Luckily, I didn't have to.
Okay.
I got 3 5s.
Nice.
4, a 3, and a 2.
I got 3 6s.
3 6s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, my moving body's really good. Sports
You are
kid.
a sports kid, yeah.
Jock.
All right, yeah, you were able to catch one of the birds there trying to get the fries. Games, as Ray throws his rock into the tree, it bursts through the top of the canopy of the tree, sending leaves spraying everywhere and startling all of the rest of the birds, including the one that Lisa is looking at, but she pounces just in the last minute before it starts to extend its wings to fly away. And the rest of the birds, however, take to the air and fly off. And this one says, help! Help!
Bird making fun of me. I'm gonna light a cigarette.
Okay. Peter walks up to you, Lisa, and, kneels down with you. What is this?
Does it feel like a bird?
Yes, it feels exactly like a bird, and it starts struggling.
Okay, does it feel mechanical at all?
No.
Is there
You can
anything
roll-
on
Why
the
don't-
bird?
You roll a calculate
Crap.
or a comprehend.
Have you ever handled a bird like that? IRL, Jess?
Nope.
Okay.
Calculate or comprehend?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
By the way, for flavor, the cigarettes I'm smoking are Virginia Slim ultralights that I've stolen from my mom. So it's basically rolled up paper. It's
Okay.
Do you know what
You
I
said
had at
no?
one point? No.
Okay, you're just staring at this bird like, what the fuck is this thing? And Peter's with you, and he starts thumbing through the bird's head, and he pushes back some of the feathers, like right on the kind of near the top of
Collar.
its skull, where you can see stitches around what appear to be some sort of cybernetic chip implanted into the bird's flesh. And he says, "Wow, looks like..." Looks like some sort of microchip has been implanted into this thing.
I flick my cigarette down and step on it. Probably the fucking Russians.
I think we're gonna need some sort of ornithologist to help figure this out.
Why don't we just find a bird scientist?
That's what a fucking ornithologist is.
Well, then why don't you just say
Oh.
bird scientist? That would make more sense.
We can go talk to Chris. It's not a swan, so I think he'll be okay.
I don't know who that is.
He's like this bird guy. Got bit by a swan. Doesn't like them anymore.
Got bit by a swan?
Got bit by a swan on
It's
TV.
bit by a swan.
Swans
Yeah.
are aggressive, and they're not as friendly as they seem.
I don't know. I'm gonna
I don't
take
think
off my
that's
shirt.
accurate.
Yeah, swans are like angry things, birds.
Here,
No,
wrap it
you're
in my
thinking of
shirt.
the Canada goose, not a swan.
I'm not? Oh, maybe. What?
I take off my shirt and hand it to them. Wrap it in my shirt so it can't fly away.
Wait, is there like I mean, we can try, or is there like a empty like bottle, like she's looking for one of those paper cups with the plastic lids that she could, like, you know how you can take the top part out, we can like poke it open to leave a hole, but we can like shove it in a cup.
I don't think it's gonna fit in a cup.
I don't think a shirt's gonna hold.
Okay.
We'll try the shirt first. If the shirt doesn't work, we'll look for a cup.
Okay. Shirt works fine. Unless you guys don't want to.
Nope,
And then
shirt
you can put it
is.
in a cup. I mean, I assume that you're bundling it up so it can't move, and you can
Yeah.
still carry it like comfortably.
Well,
Yeah.
Lisa was gonna put it in her basket out in front of her bike.
Okay, so you put this bird into the basket, bundled in Ray's shirt.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems to be packed into the basket and unable to move.
All right, where's this swan man live?
In this cabin that's where's Chris's cabin?
Yeah, he lives in a kind of a secluded house, not too far away.
It's not far. Come on. She's
Is it out in the desert?
Ray,
I say picking up my bike.
you've heard rumors about this guy having gone mad and broke his legs when he tried to jump off a cliff wearing a bird costume.
I heard that he thought that he became a bird after he got bit by the bird.
That sounds right.
Are you sure we can trust this guy?
Do you know another bird scientist?
No.
This is the only one I know.
All right, we'll have to trust this guy, but at least if we have to run away. From what I understand, he's got a broken leg, so we should be able to run away if we need to.
Oh no, he likes my family because my dad saved him from a fire.
Likes them?
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause, you know,
Okay.
my dad's a firefighter. Everybody likes him.
All right. I'm gonna shove my cigarette pack into my pocket in my shorts, and then jump on my bike and start heading out to wherever.
Yeah, you head to is a solitary wooden house in east of Lakeshore Road. You guys all pile onto your bikes and start heading out that way?
Yep.
Okay. The
I
summer.
assume Peter follows. He's just there.
Yeah, Peter just says, "All right, sure," and hops on his bike and follows along. Doesn't really know what's going on, but his best friend seems to know, and that's okay by him. So he's gonna follow her.
She didn't get corrected when she said bird scientist.
The house is hedged by a high metal fence with a locked gate when you get there. Garden appears overgrown, and everywhere there are bird houses and bird feeders. The house is 2 stories high, narrow, and tilted alarmingly. At the top, there is a balcony. The roof has a variety of perches for birds. All the windows have lockable shutters, and it smells of bird droppings and mold.
I checked the gate. Is it locked?
The gate is locked, yes.
And you said this is a chain link metal fence?
think so.
It's a chain link fence.
I was gonna consider climbing it, but A, I'm not great at climbing fences, and B, I'm sure that metal's real hot by now.
But
Were you checking to see how climbable a chain link fence was?
Let me check
Let me check my
chain
pie.
link
Yes.
fence.
yes, actually I was. Okay, so
Was there a buzzer?
yeah, there's a lock gate, high chain link fence. You'll have to climb it or get in somehow. There is not a buzzer at the gate. Well, actually, there would be a buzzer at the gate. Yeah.
Lisa's gonna buzz.
Okay. You buzz, and there seems to be no answer.
She's gonna do that kid thing
Buzz.
where she goes. Zzz, zzz, zzz,
Happy buzzes.
she starts doing the tune of God, what was her favorite song? Something by Asia? Heat of the Moment. She starts playing Heat of the Moment on the buzzer.
Okay. The three of you just kind of wait outside the gate while she's playing Heat of the Moment.
Shake the gate.
Eventually
Birdman!
Eventually you hear, "Go away!"
What's his last name?
Boyd.
Boyd?
Boyd. B-O-Y-D.
Mr. Boyd, it's Lisa. I'm Frank's daughter.
He says, "Go away, Lisa! Get inside! The birds are trying to kill everybody! They're killing everybody!"
This bird talks.
Yeah, we have one that wants French fries.
Say something. And she presses the buzzer.
"You brought one here?"
Not a swan,
Click.
a pigeon.
And there's no reply.
It's just a pigeon, Mr. Boyd.
It's a robot, probably Russian made.
Yeah, it's got a chip in it. Maybe you can track down, like, if the bird that bit you had a chip in it.
Yeah, I bet they were working in unison.
Yeah, and it's not really the bird's fault, because swans are super sweet creatures.
I don't think that's true.
It's totally true.
I think he's turned off the buzzer, says Peter, as he looks
I'm
at
just yelling
that
up at
light
the house
just
for
like
the most
not
part.
illuminating anymore anytime you push off the
Okay, Peter, hold this. And she passes the pigeon
The bird
off to
is shoved
Peter.
to you.
I have a technical difficulty, so I think I'm gonna have to call it here for the night,
Okay.
unfortunately. But this has been
Okay.
very fun. We'll have to do this another time soon in the near future. This has been really
For
fun.
sure.
Yeah,
That was awesome. Thank
we're
you
about
so
to
much
break into a
for the
crazy
game.
bird person's house.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
With a
the next
bird.
thing that's gonna
This
happen.
is not going to go bad at all.
Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. We'll take yeah.
Thanks everyone
take a
for
pause
being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so
I'll see
much.
you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, hands.